Where did the Nigerian Igbo tribe in West Africa come from? Some say ancient Israel, that they are Hebrews, lost tribe of Israel. Is this true? The title is Hebrew Igbo origin true or false? Are Igbos autochthonous in Nigeria? The answer is no. There never was a country called Nigeria. It is a creation of Europeans. Therefore, by definition, the Igbos are melanin-dominant human beings, inhabitants and indigenous people of Africa. That's how we define autochthonous: indigenous by birth and aboriginal by origin, right in Africa. Let's continue. Is Hebrew Igbo origin true or false? We want to look at Biafra because that's the starting point. We want to look at this perspective. From the website www.africannewscycle.com, we read the following. The theory about Igbos being Hebrews resurfaced during the Biafra-Nigeria War of 1967-1960. That is when the Igbo race nearly accepted the suggestion that they were Israelites or Jews. This was because the Igbos associated the mass destruction of the civilian Igbo race living in the northern region of Nigeria with the genocide of the Jews in Nazi Germany during the Second World War. The Biafrans of the Nigerian Civil War also attributed the source of hatred for both Jews in Europe and Igbos in Nigeria to their enterprising nature, economic and intellectual capability, which were seen by others as an attempt to monopolize the economic and political power of the nation, a nation created by Europe and for Europeans. Tribalism and failure to unite is a curse for all melanin-dominant human beings on the earth. Some Igbos believe that the term Igbo is a bastardization of the term Hebrew and they point to many cultural similarities between Igbo traditions and Judaism. Igbos who follow this kind of thinking, so-called rabbinical Judaism, are ignorant of what the Talmud says about the Igbos themselves and the melanin-dominant human beings in general. Therefore, Igbo spirituality predates Hebraism and it is different despite some similarities here and there. This fact alone proves the fact that Igbos are older than Abraham. The roots of Igbo spirituality is the same as the roots of every other African spirituality. Any other African would fit the same within Igbo spirituality, which predates Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, and every other ism you can name. The basis of Igbo spirituality is the concept of the Chi, similar to the Ori of the Yoruba, and the Ka and the Moya of ancient other Bantus in Southern Africa. The Chi is the fundamental force of creation. Everyone and everything has a Chi. The Igbo, like other Africans, worshipped one creator who was known by many names. Obasi Dielu, the supreme god; Chi di Ibere, God the merciful; Odenigwe, the ruler of the heavens. But there was a hierarchy within Igbo indigenous belief prior to colonization and slavery. Hierarchy is dogmatically different from the Torah. Why? If they were Hebrews, why do they worship and reverence their ancestors like all other melanin-dominant human beings? Why do they reverence divinities? When the Shema says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one." But they have got divinities just like in ancient Hamit. The mythological story of creation of man recorded in the book of Genesis was taken or stolen straight from kemetic stories, where there is the Ka. It is 5,000 years old. Same with the Chi of the Igbos. Why, if they were Hebrews, do they follow such beliefs? They also engage in heavy ancestor reverence and heavy ancestor leadership. You know of the Egugu. If you read Things Fall Apart, these are spiritual aspects of ancestor worship that disproves Hebraic origins of the Igbos. There is the image of the Egugus, who were important men of the village, who were dressed in masks and elaborate costumes, and the ancestral spirits spoke through them, and they were responsible for administering justice in the clan, same as Jinyao in Malawi. Similar. This again proves that they could not have been of Hebrew extraction. And the presence of divinities among the Igbos proves that they are not Torah followers. Thou shalt not have any other gods besides me. It's a fundamental concept in the Torah. It is proof that they were more Cushitic or Kemetic metaphysically. Here are some numerous deities amongst the Igbos. Anyau, the eye of the light. Amadiora, the god of thunder and lightning. Ahijoku, the god of agriculture. Allah, earth goddess. Ibn Ukab, the long juju of Arochu. Ekwensu, the god of warriors. This is it. And all these prove that Hebrew Igbo origin is false. The answer is clear. Igbos are not Jews or Israelites or Hebrews. Those thinking that they are is straightforward misusing the concept of conversion. Hebrews do not worship divinities. This is a fact. Igbo spirituality and traditions point similarities to ancient Egypt and other tribes in Africa. The Igbo religion before Christianity practiced a form of ancestor reverence and worship. Today, most Igbos are Christians, but they still practice traditional religions. This is another fact. Anyau, the eye of light, similar to the Hamit eye of Ra or Oresu. Why would you say this is different? This is the same. Igbos also carry totems and they perform totemic rituals. Traditional Igbo religion believes in the spirituality of plants and animals. Therefore, religious taboos and the laws control the socio-political and the religious activities of every Igbo community. Here are the examples of the sacred python. This python was addressed as our father, was allowed to go anywhere and even in people's houses and the bedrooms and beds. Igbos are not Hebrews. If they were Hebrews, how come they don't perform anything that is found in the Torah to the T? This is totemic reverence amongst the Igbos. And there is Chielo, the priestess of Agbala, the oracle of hills and caves, oracle which was destroyed by the British during colonialism. And this is Igbo Chi. Although the Igbo people had a number of gods, their personal god or Chi dominated their lives. The Ka, the spirit, Moya. They believed that in order to live a long, prosperous life, they must keep their Chi happy and obey the traditional laws of their people. Straightforward. So Igbos, if Igbos were Hebrews, the lost tribes of Israel, how come as per Torah their practices is idolatry? Straightforward. The shocking answer and response to this issue is that whoever thinks that Igbos are Hebrews is not telling the truth, that they are converts to Judaism. Totemic symbols embody and express the spirit, history, character, and worldview of a people, what they have been through on their road in this civilization. So these are some of their totems. The leopard is an Igbo totem, the lion is an Igbo totem, the grasshopper, all these animals, the baboon, the lamb, the sheep, these are totems. So how come they have totems if they are Hebrews? Because the Hebrew totems ends only with the totems, ends only as symbolic, ends only as a flag. But with us, our totems go into the spiritual realm, right into our worship. African hairstyle. Here in some African societies, the hairstyle symbolizes status, group affiliation, and the religious beliefs. And it was encoded with ritual properties. This is from M.R. Imhotep. Ancient Kemet, Igbo men. This is more proof that Igbos are not Hebrews. Again, the same from M.R. Imhotep, the fly whisk, for spiritual purposes and for disturbing waves and frequencies, as well as, of course, driving flies away. Same story. Igbos are male and dominant human beings of African ancestry. Some have converted to Christianity and others to Judaism, but they are still connected to their ancient ancestors via totems. This is the Sankofa bed in West Africa. This is from M.R. Imhotep. As well as in Great Zimbabwe, you can see that everything is connecting together. We are one people, and the ancient Kemet was our top civilization. We built it, every African, their ancestor had a hand into it, directly or indirectly. That's why we claim it. So people who come and say, why everything Kemet? Because it is our highest civilization. It is like you now telling Australians that they should not be proud of Paris, or should not be proud of London, or should not be proud of Washington. They will call you stupid if you then come to tell us that we should not be proud of Kemet or claim Kemet. Any melanin dominant human being on any part of the world must claim Kemet as his, because it is ours. Our ancestors spread from Kemet, spread all over the shore. Prior to that, we were all over the earth. The snake symbolism here shown is that proof again. Here in Kemet, here among us the Edo, who are connected to the Igbos, and in Jene in Mali, far West Africa, there is a snake there. The Urayas, the concept of spiritual systems, it's very straightforward. That's the snake we saw prior to this. There have been uncountable migrations of melanin dominant human beings in Africa, and it dates into billions of years. Believe it or don't believe it, it doesn't matter. That's what we know. There is proof and evidence for that. So it should surprise us, therefore, when we learn that in West Africa, the Baka or the Twa were the people that first arrived there when they came from Central and East Africa or Southern Africa. The evidence is still evolving. It's very, very clear. This available evidence that we have today via language and the diversity of languages and archaeology suggests that the Igbos migrated from the Sudan in about AD 350 and moved following this channel, this route, right up to here. There can be no doubt about that, because we've migrated many times across Africa. It was said that the ancestors followed the sunset until they encountered the river Niger, upon which they sailed down to their present location in the southern eastern part. It's very clear. There is the Igbo man, and there is the Cushitic or Nahas, ancient Nubian in Sudan. Where is the difference here? No difference at all. If you can't believe this, then anything else will count for you. Again, when they moved across because of their connection to Nubia, and you know that in Nubia there are more pyramids built of mud, built of other artifacts, built of other materials, you realize that they built the same pyramids when they arrived in West Africa. Also known as the Nsute Pyramid, the Igbo Pyramid, located in Udi, Enugu State in Nigeria. The pyramids, numbering 10 in number of circular steps, and were made of clay. They bear a striking resemblance to the step pyramid of Saqqara in Hamit, constructed by Imutepo in 2648 BCE. It's very, very obvious, clear, no doubt about this. Anyone who doubts this is using another software in his head, European software. Also, linguistic connection. We cannot go through all this. Is a lot of it. We'll just highlight that the Egyptian and the Igbo mean and words that are still being used today. Similarity even in how we look. There is proof that Igbos are not Hebrews. They are Bantu. They are more Kemetic than anything else. Igbo culture at the time of pre-colonial rule, the local game Tsoro, also played in Zimbabwe. The Igbos had a formal writing system called Nzibidi, similar to Meretic, which we are showing here. If they were Hebrews, why don't we have any small script written in Nzibidi? Nothing like that. Nothing. Even archaeologically, there has not been even one Hebrew that has been dug out and said, this is Moses, this is David, this is Solomon. All we have in terms of archaeology is speculation and a lot of forgery and fraudulent activities. The traditional homeland of the Igbo people lies in the southeastern region of Nigeria. They are situated between the Niger and Cross River State, with the Ibibio, the Ijo, the Idoma, Ido as their neighbors. The ancient settlement of the Igbo Uku in eastern Nigeria was an outpost of West Africa's long-distance trade routes, one of which was the Trans-Saharan trade routes. We have already shown that route which they used to travel or to migrate from the Sudan to where they are today. To deny the possibility of Nubians or Kemetians and other Bantus mixing up with the Igbos is a fallacy. And thinking that they are Hebrews is hiding the fact of subtle or even open conversion. Let's show that today. There it is. They are working very hard. This is Rabbi Wayne Franklin blessing the Bar Mitzvah boys Tovia ben Terekiahu and Shimshon ben Matiahu. This is in Nigeria. You can see they are being converted. Also, DNA has proved that the Igbos have no Jewish DNA, because the Jews that we are talking about here are those that come from Caesarea. So it's very clear that they don't have it. Even though they want to have connection with the biblical Israelites, it's not there. Proof of conversion into Judaism has been given in this posting. If we say Igbos are Nubians, Bantus, or Kemeticians, we are not converting them to being Nubians, Bantus, or Kemeticians, because we are not changing anything other than removing them from practicing Christianity, Judaism, or Islam and practice their own culture. The minute they start to practice their own culture and tradition and spirituality, they become Nubians, Bantus, Kemeticians again, which they were prior to their conversion. That's what Marifado is there for. Being a traditional adhering Igbo is cultural and spiritual congruence. You will be a real Muntu, establishing your connection to the greatest civilizations our ancestors or Igbo ancestors help establish on earth, like ancient Kemet. The other option of not following your own ancestral religion and beliefs and culture is to pull you into the fake myths of lost tribes of Israel with fickle evidence. The choice is all yours, whether we are ready for unit or whether we are ready to continue to eat fake hopes. There are very grave consequences in not honoring your revered ancestors and divinities. It is only by cultural and spiritual congruence that we can start to resolve all current as well as future issues. For more information, get in touch with us. Use our email join@marifado.com. Share this video, leave your comments, and subscribe to our channel Hamiti Hebrew Ethics. This is Rabbi Elem Dumizulu saying we are rebuilding our greatness. Tatendas Yabonga Edupe Henkos. Marifado now has its own social network platform, connect.marifado. You go to Google and you type Marifado there and just clock in. You'll be led to this website, our main website. You go to our main website. When you get to our main website, this is our Marifado website. There is a section here, Connect Marifado Social Media. All you need to do is click on that. And once you click on that, it will lead you to this section, Connect Social Media Platform. Go below the pyramid to download the social media app onto your phone. So if you go at the bottom here, you can proceed to download it again on your phone, or you can have it on your computer. So I've already logged in. This is where you log in social media, and then this is the section where you put your username, you select your password, also remember it, and you log in, and then you register, and you are already good to use our platform. And then I will log in because I've already logged in, and there I am. So you can post, you can do everything that you want. All we encourage is that we have to put stuff that promotes our melanin dominant human race. That's all we need to do. And you can invite your friends, and please let us utilize this and let us go for it, because this is our own platform. Thank you. Welcome to connect.marifado. Have a great day.